crew of 8 hardy voyageurs: Jean Méchant, Jean-Paul, Jean-Luc, Jean-Jacques, Jean-Henri, Jean-Claude, Jean-Louis, Jean Gentille. Et moi, Jean-Pierre Petite Le Rouge, the Littlest Voyageur. The Jeans were not exactly aware that I had joined their team, but I planned to impress and delight them with my many talents. As soon as I was in the canoe, I slipped out of the vest pocket where I had been hiding. I stashed myself among the kegs and barrels and oilcloths and the many big, heavy canvas-wrapped bundles they call pièces. But before the voyageurs departed, wives and sisters and mothers came down to the waterfront to say goodbye to their husbands, brothers, and sons. The clerks and gentlemen of the Northwest Company, the voyageurs' employers, came to wave farewell too. Speeches were made, cannons fired, flags waved, songs sung. Finally, the canoes were launched, and we were in the water. Oh, the exhilarating whoosh of the canoe surging along under the power of 8 strong paddlers. The speed of it was astounding. If I'd had a red cap to hold on to, I would have been holding on tight. The 5 canoes in our brigade launched all at the same time, and every one wanted to be the fastest. 40-some paddles flashed in the sun. Who would be first? Not us. We were, in fact, last. Perhaps with my encouragement, our canoe would soon be number 1. We paddle up the Ottawa River. It wasn't long before I found myself, nose to the wind, perched on the bow of the canoe. The men dipped and swung their bright-bladed paddles, while I called out, "Stroke!" again and again, 40 to 60 strokes per minute. Stroke! The steersman, Jean Méchant, barked from his place in the back. "What a noisy, churring racket! Who brought that squirrel along? Was it you, Jean-Paul?" He poked the middleman sitting in front of him. "Mais non," Jean-Paul said, then nudged the middleman who sat next to him. "Perhaps it was Jean-Luc." "Not me," said Jean-Luc. "Were we supposed to bring squirrels?" "No!" everyone shouted at him. Like me, Jean-Luc was making his first trip as a voyageur. He couldn't be expected to know everything. "Maybe it was Jean-Henri," Jean-Luc said, tapping the middleman in front of him with his paddle. "Not me," said middleman Jean-Henri. And so they went, along all 3 rows of middlemen. It was not middleman Jean-Jacques, not middleman Jean-Claude, not Jean-Louis, also a middleman. Not even the bowman, Jean Gentille, who sat in the very front of the canoe to guide it. Unbeknownst to him, it was in his vest pocket that I had hidden. From my perch on the bow, I tried to explain my goals and aspirations. "My name is Jean-Pierre Petite Le Rouge, and I am an adventurer. I long to explore the unexplored, discover the undiscovered, and taste the as yet untasted." "I hope he won't be a nuisance," said Jean Méchant from the back of the canoe. "He's only a squirrel," said Jean Gentille. I vowed to not be a nuisance. No, I certainly intended not to be, for what joy it was to feel the wind in my fur, to see the playful otters swimming by, and the bright rings made by jumping fish. What a thrill to hear the slap of the beaver's tail, and the wild call of the loon! And what heaven to smell!